Hey everybody, thanks for joining in today. I'm really excited to talk to you about the concept of niching, niching, whatever your term of choice is there. We're talking about this today, and I'm sure as an online marketer or as a marketer in general, you've heard this term before. It is almost impossible not to have. But what exactly goes into niching, right? It's this concept that you want to make sure you're talking to the right people and you're not just making a blanket statement trying to please everyone, because we know that happens to please no one. But there's some concepts from one of my favorite marketers, Seth Godin, who, if you're a marketer, I'm sure you've heard of before as well, that I think are really interesting to think about when it comes to developing your niche. And this is the difference between psychographic and demographic concepts that our people have in their life. So when we're thinking about a niche, we kind of know what demographic concepts are, right? They're like the car you drive, the race you are, the gender you are, the part of town you live in. These are your demographics. This has a lot to do with niching, of course, but online especially, and what really moves brands to being powerful about being culture changers, about making sure people feel compelled to actually purchase what you're selling. That is the psychographic part of niching that Seth talks into a lot. And he probably could speak to this in a way that it's about really knowing the beliefs, right? So essentially, psychographic became this thing that was made possible by Google and by Facebook, really getting an idea of who you are online by indexing what you're searching. So as the internet became available, we were able to see what your hopes and your dreams were, what motivates you to buy things, what other companies you like, and this all makes up these different things that you can bring in to this psychographic profile to help develop a stronger niche. So when you're trying to think about the psychographic side of what your business can provide to people, it's about thinking about what they believe. So what your followers or what your ideal audience persona believes and what they're dreaming of and what kind of inner traits for their lifestyle, their values, and their attitudes. These are what move us to purchase. These things are way stronger drivers in order to market to those aspects than just your demographics. So it's really important for you to sit down and have conversations with real people who are going to purchase from you in order to figure these things out, right? There's a lot of different ways we can do this online without having to have those one-on-one conversations, but truly there is no substitute for picking up the phone, getting on a Zoom call with your ideal customer, someone who's purchased from you, someone who has not purchased from you, someone who's a power user of your product or service, and someone who perhaps signed up for your subscription but left right away. Getting the idea of the differences between these types of people will allow you to zone in on those psychographic aspects that you should be marketing to so you can gain more of the market share of the people who will actually use your product or service. So for example, here at Meet Edgar, we're a social media automation tool, obviously. Our goal is to change the behavior and the beliefs of you as a marketer to someone who does not write your status updates just one at a time, who does not go onto Facebook and post when it is convenient for you, but who has a strategy. So we want someone whose psychographic is, okay, I want my social media marketing to be a part of my entire marketing strategy with intention behind it. I want to batch my status updates into a software to make sure that they go out when my followers are online so that I don't have to interrupt my day. We know the beliefs that we have to change in our target market in order to make sure you're successful with our product. Every single product or service has these things, these core beliefs that make some people more likely to be able to be successful with that product or service, have that product or service actually change their life, change the culture. That's another thing Seth Godin likes to say about marketing, is all about making sure you're moving people within a group to want to change that culture for the better. So thinking about what beliefs you truly need to change in your followers' minds, what those psychographic aspects are of what they believe, what they are desiring, what they actually want for their lifestyle, those experiences, those are the things that help you develop a really strong niche. So can you identify the worldview of your ideal audience persona? Can you identify that person? If you can't, it's time to get on those calls. It's time to make those validation calls to get in touch with your followers. People really do believe things when they start to see success. So one way that you can start to change your followers' beliefs into kind of making sure that you're developing the customers on social media who are going to actually use your product or service is to start to really identify ways you can make small changes in their life before they purchase your product or service. If you can get someone results before they purchase your product or service with a small tip or something that you can just tell them to go out and do, and they can see the result, that is going to allow them to change their beliefs that you are the right person to purchase from, right? So think about these things that you can start to put out there as value to your followers that they can take action on, see a result, and then have this great belief that your system works. That's what moves people to purchase, the belief that they're going to get the outcome that they actually want. So identify those core beliefs that people need to have to be successful with your product or service, and start to lay those breadcrumbs within your social media posts to get people to take action on that. It's really about, people believe things based upon their thoughts, right? This is getting a little bit nerdy into psychology here, but they don't believe things that you tell them. What they believe is the thought they have after you tell them that, right? So if you just tell someone you're going to be a rock star marketer when you use a social media automation tool, sure, that could be a belief that they say, okay. But what they're going to believe stronger is if they're saying yes or no to that in their brain, right? It's how the person is actually receiving that. So make sure you're laying this groundwork and make sure you know the story that's going on in your followers' heads so that those beliefs lead them to being successful. Because if you created a product or service that you know is going to be useful for people, like here at Meet Edgar, we know a social media automation tool is going to change your life when it comes to marketing online, and it's going to save you up to 8 hours a week. What beliefs do we need to change in your head that you might be doubting? What objections do we need to start handling for your belief system? If we can change those, we're going to be able to make sure that you're successful and want to purchase, and you feel good about giving us your money. That's kind of where the true abundance nature that you hear so much about when it comes to marketing online is this idea of abundance, that there is enough space for us all, because when you create something really great in the world, people are excited to hand over their money in order to purchase that. That mindset is so powerful for a marketer to have. So make sure that you are creating a space and beliefs for your followers that they feel so good about handing over their money that they want to then go tell their friends about it. If you do this right, and if you change their beliefs and get them those results, word of mouth marketing is going to take up such a great amount of space for making sure you don't have to pay for those Facebook ads, right? Change those beliefs to make sure people want to shout your name from the rooftops, and you'll see really great success of not having to spend as much on marketing too, which is pretty cool. And it's really not about making sure that you need to develop a bigger audience so much of the time, right? So if we feel like we're not getting the sales numbers that we want, sometimes our thought is, okay, how do we reach more people? That might be the wrong aspect to take when you're trying to really create a strong community. The right aspect or the right thought that you want to take is, how can I make sure that I'm producing more value for the people I already have? That gets you the word of mouth marketing. The more value you can put into that small niche who has those psychographic aspects that work so well for your product or service. When you can change people's lifestyles, when you can make sure that you are up-leveling their life to where they want to go, they will become your word of mouth marketing experts, and that saves you time and money in the long run. So think about the mission that you have. Think about the fact that you're doing work for a certain amount of people, and make sure that you're really digging into the beliefs that you can start changing in order for people to latch on, identify with your point of view, so that essentially the sentence you're saying to them is, people like us buy this product. So people who believe the things we believe in this community buy this product. That is the beauty of making sure you understand the psychographic marketing techniques. So let me know what you are thinking about, who your niche is, all of that fun stuff. I won't be back here with you tomorrow because tomorrow is actually my birthday. So I'm taking a day off. Edgar actually gives employees the day off on their birthday, which is super nice. And thinking especially during this time, if that's a perk you can offer to your company. You know we are a remote company from the start, and keeping team morale high on that time is around this time is super important to us. So I will see you back here on Monday. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. Of course, I'll miss you. And please tune in again and let me know in the comments below what your niche is. I'm always curious to hear how people define their niche, how they word it, stuff like that. So I'll see you guys again next week, and I hope you have a great day.